let me object that with an example that I get from a friend. He got hired, and day one he was project manager of a team of, I believe, 15 to 20 people,
Yeah.
and the deadlines were terrible for him, very short deadlines. So he felt like he had no time to create an environment where people are safe and where people are. And there's this culture from the business he was hired in, which was through fear and a lot of toxic environment. So he didn't make it a long time in that business, right? Because he
Yeah.
moved from another industry. But time is what was his main difficulty, to create a nicer, safer environment there. Um, I believe he was not put in the situation where he could create that. So it was his boss accountability. But still he was frustrated,
Yeah.
because he wanted to reach the deadlines.
Yeah. So, but he couldn't achieve it because it's impossible. So this is why
Yeah.
it's impossible. So this is why it's important for us to create a roadmap
The roadmap.
for
Yeah. Yeah.
success. Because if my car has a maximum speed of 70 kilometers an hour, and I have to go 140 kilometers in an hour. When I
Yeah.
draw that plan and I go back to my boss and say, this is our maximum speed, after 1 hour we'll be at 70.
Yeah.
You want us to be at 140. It's not possible. So,
It's not going to happen.
so
Yeah.
we have to create that to be able to go back and say, hey, we don't have enough time. And if we don't do that, and we accept that we're going to go 140 kilometers in 1 hour and a car that does 70 kilometers an hour, that's our fault. We should have spoken up. And I know that
Right.
sometimes it can be scary, but this is the reality, okay? Hard to say, but a fact. If you don't say anything, you're going to get shouted at in an
Yeah.
hour when you've only gone 70 kilometers. And that's stressful for that entire 1 hour. So, and if you're worried that you're going to get shouted at if you go and say it, just bear in mind, you're going to get shouted at anyway. So you can
That's
choose to get shouted at early and try
right.
and change the parameters to be successful, or you can just bury your head in the sand and get shouted at the end.
It is way less scary the way you present that.